Hey you guys, this is your sister Truth Seeker 5000 BKA Evangelist Donnie B. Anderson getting on here for a Wayward Pines Season 1 Episode 3 review. You guys. Alright, let's get to it. The show opens up where it left off with Beverly having been killed and still hanging there for discussing her daughter from the past. A little girl walked up and placed a lily flower at her feet. Now, for a second, I thought it was her daughter, but it wasn't. They didn't say, but she walked away, wasn't crying or nothing. So I assume it wasn't her daughter. We see Agent Ethan Burke hightailing it out of there through the woods, and they are looking for him. Next, we see the snitches, Kate and her husband, at home comfortably. Very proud of themselves for snitching, I'm sure. We see Agent Burke appear in the kitchen. He's still trying to rescue Kate Von Snitch. She's too far gone in her brainwashing, I felt, at that moment. Later on, she's acting like, she's coming back to her old self, but she's playing this whole, wayward, Stepford, crazy wife thing just too good. But she still seems to have some love for him because she didn't rat him out. Next, the phone rang and he asked if she was going to answer it, and she eerily replied that it wasn't ringing for her. That seriously sent a chill through me with that scene. Next, we see Ethan's wife and son on the road looking for him. I could tell their son is going to get on my nerves because he's acting like the smart mouth teens of today. We may have to vote him off the island next. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm just saying. We don't have time for all of that smart mouth kid stuff with all that we have going on right now. That's just from the book of my mind. So they end up at Ethan's job, and his wife told the desk worker her tale of woe, and the desk lady, empathetic as she was, she went and searched for more information for her. And Teresa, the wife, she used her computer to check her husband's receipts of where he spent his card last, and she found out. She knew his password and everything. I was cracking up because I know all of my husband's passwords too. It's like it's a part of the wife's job to know. Okay. The agent who's in on the cover-up called and told someone that Agent Burke's ex-wife was looking for him. So the plot thickens. She's his ex-wife. They probably broke up because of Kate. But she finds out from a kid in town that her husband possibly could have been in an accident in Wayward Pines. So they take off down the Strangeville Road, and sure enough, Sheriff Malachi Children of the Corn leader Pope shows up and fakes an oil leak from her car by pouring oil on the ground, making it look like it was from her car, just to get under her hood and cut the oil line and trap her in Wayward Pines. He acted like he fixed it and he let her go on. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, how do these people get into Wayward Pines by that road, but they can't get out using that same road? Is it a blockade or something? Some invisible, door that shuts closed once they drive in, or what? Sheriff Pope is only one person and can't possibly monitor all of whoever comes in through there and whoever tries to leave from that way as well. Remember, Agent Burke drove all day and into the night all around the town and looking for how to get out of there. So yeah. So we're back at Ethan. He's still running around like a chicken with his head cut off and ends up in a government facility. Now, he doing all of this duck, cover, and hide, stick, and move and all of this. But I'm like, number one, don't you think that a facility like that that they have cameras all over the place with people watching and alternating shifts 24/7? And 2, don't he still have that tracking device that Kate gave him back at the house still in his possession? Child, next thing I know, he done climbed into a car and he called himself trying to hide. And there was a package on the passenger seat with his name on it. And he ended up ducking down to look at it. Here comes Sheriff Malachi Pope crashing through the window from out of nowhere. You guys, seriously, I think we're going to find out that he's the devil. Okay, this was my thought watching this scene. I'm like, that's the devil. Because ain't no way he could be on Ethan's tail lights that fast every time like he's been. Unless the powers that be is giving Pope Evans tracking information and telling him go get him. Ciao. But back to the drama. Pope drugged Ethan. He drugged him out and beat him up and told him, come here, boy, where you going? There's nowhere to go. I don't even know what they see in you. And that's what he said right before Ethan passed out yet again. They got some powerful drugs. They just run around and seriously be drugging people around that town. But anyway, he woke up to a call that his wife and kid had been discharged from the hospital. And he found out that they were in Beverly's old house. So he went there in disbelief and to the hospital, and the hospital told him that's where they were. He went to the house and they were actually there, and they ended up having like this little mini family reunion up in there. They said that they had been in an accident and that excuse me, they didn't remember what actually had happened and ended up in the hospital. Then at that house, because the hospital told them that that's where Ethan was staying. Then, honey, didn't we get to glean around and see the house fully furnished, and even the refrigerator was full of food. And the realtor walked in and was like, welcome home, Ethan. Then they gonna cut to a commercial on us. I screamed like, you guys are so wrong. Why go to a commercial right now? You're killing me. But I was glad that I taped it, because I was able to fast forward and get to the real good stuff. The suspense really was killing me. Okay, then, ooh, child, back when we get a comeback from the commercial, the realtor then told him, oh, this is your house, now equipped with cameras in the ceiling. And he pointed to those cameras in the ceiling. I couldn't live like that, knowing somebody was watching me 24/7, like some sort of, you know, mice in a cage. Like, really? Who could live like that? So Burke, he ended up leaving to go see the devil Pope. And the devil Pope laid down the rules, telling him what the rules were, or reminding him. I'm sure he knew, having been there even in that short period of time. And everybody had let him know this is how it is. Okay. So, Sheriff Pope told him, you don't want to see what's behind door number 3. You only got one choice. Okay, a couple choices here. You don't want to see. And Burke ended up threatening to kill Pope if he messed with his family again. It was a mess. But here it is about to get messier, because didn't Ethan later go to meet up with Kate secretly in the woods? I don't know how secretly it was, because I'm sure there's cameras in the trees. Plus, Kate is being monitored because she has that tracking device in her, even if Ethan did throw his away when she gave it to him. So there's absolutely no privacy. I'm pretty sure the powers that be knew all of what was going on while they call themselves sneaking around. He thought no one saw him, but his son was peeking through the window and followed him. Both of them. Meanwhile, Sheriff the Devil Pope is in their kitchen eating up their ice cream. And when the wife Teresa caught him asking him what was he doing in there, he gonna ask her if she wants some ice cream and then say that he already had a bowl set out for her. I said, that devil is bold. Then he gonna demand a thank you after telling a lie that he saved them in that car crash. She told him to get out. There go your thank you. Get out. So he said, he gave her a reminder before he left. Just know this is my town. Okay? It's all about me. All right? Get it together. Know that. Then they shot over to Ethan and Kate in the woods talking about the past. I still don't trust her, and I still don't like her. Okay? Number one, she is still brainwashed, though she is acting like she's going along to get along with Ethan. And two, because Teresa, and who is Ethan's ex-wife and son, are on the scene, I believe Kate could actually get jealous and then end up diming him out on any given Sunday. So that's why I don't trust her. Now, in the midst of all of this, Ethan's son then went back and reported to mom that dad is in the woods with Kate. And honey, I threw my hands up and just was like, oh no. Now it's really about to go down. We go to a commercial. We come back to Ethan and Kate looking still so much in love with their having their little couple spat. Ethan gonna have to figure out who it is that he want to be with. That's just flat out. He need to make a decision because Teresa there. So next we cut to the scene, Teresa and her son running away in the darkness of night like they're gonna be safe. Like, why don't you just leave in the daytime? And even then still, but at least it's better than the dark of night. There ain't no Batman in here to save you. This ain't Gotham City. You better go back home, crazy lady. Next thing we know, there are car lights approaching, and it's none other than the devil Malachi Pope driving. They run and he hop out and he beat the son like he was his daddy, and then threw him in the truck and seriously told him he was on punishment. I kid you not. He said that. He turns around to Teresa, and here comes Ethan Batman Burke to the rescue and beat the Pope out of Sheriff Pope. And sure enough, he made good on his word to kill him. And that's exactly what he did. But just before Pope said what's going on there is worse than anything than he could ever imagine. That was scary. Now, at this point, while Sheriff Pope is being killed, I'm screaming at the TV, no! Because they done killed our boy. Now, Pope gave us bad guy life. Let's just be honest. I think we all like Sheriff Malachi the Devil Pope a lot of it, because we got to point our fingers and say, that's the bad guy. And he played the mess out of that part, too. I was livid. They didn't kill Sheriff Pope. Now, we'll never find out where to get that raisin bran ice cream or whatever kind of ice cream. that raisin ice cream, I'm still looking for it. Rum raisin ice cream. Look, who know where some is at? I need to go to Myers or somewhere and do a search. All right, get Dora the Explorer to go and explore where this stuff is at. I need some now. Okay, rest in peace, Sheriff Pope. I actually threatened him, the TV. I said I wasn't going to watch the show anymore. Okay, as Agent Burke was on top of Pope, jimmying his truck keys out of his pocket, looking like he was just going to pop open that big gate and drive over Pope's dead carcass and leave with his little family off to peace and safety. I said, no, sir. I'm done with this whole series. I'm out. Until he opened that big gate and went to get in the truck, and a dinosaur like raptor looking beast claw came out and snatched up the Pope's dead body. I got scared. I'm just gonna tell y'all, I got scared for a minute. It scared me. I told him through the TV. I said, okay, I'm back now. Y'all got me back now, but for a minute anyway, just to see what the next couple of episodes look like without Pope. I'm just saying. They didn't kill 2 main celebrity characters in the first 3 episodes. So we only have 7 more episodes left to go. So let's see what they do. I seriously want to know what those monster things were. That monster claw. What's in that thing behind the veil? Y'all know I like to go behind the veil. Find out what's going on. Seek out the truth. I know that in real life, the government has always experimented with making hybrid animals like that. They have all kinds of underground bases where they have real live living animal people and other things that nightmares are made up of, with the help of interdimensional beings, aka demons disguised as aliens. The Bible talks about them in Genesis 6 and 4. They call them Nephilim. They are children of and offspring of the fallen angels who mated with human women. Back then, they were giants. They existed as giants. They existed before Noah and after Noah's flood. When they died, they became disembodied spirits. That is, spirits without a body. They can go into and possess any kind of vessel. They also have knowledge of how to make these creature beasts. The fallen angels, they can morph and they can appear to be anything and anybody, as the Bible tells us. Even disguise themselves as an angel of light. They actually taught men how to mix the DNA of humans and animals together, which I believe is an example of what that thing was that we saw on the show tonight. They actually put a lot of reality on TV to make you say, oh, that's fake because it's on TV. But no, sir, no, ma'am, it's reality. Giants actually still even exist today. They are underground in the earth with a seal on them, accompanied by many other scary looking things that you don't even want to never see. Okay, some stuff they pulled out of a nightmare and just said, here, y'all wait here until the time. They actually can't come out until their due season. That will be after the rapture of the church and during the time of the great tribulation, when God pours out his wrath upon the earth. This is one of the reasons the Bible says in Luke 21:26, men's hearts shall fail them for fear and the expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. I'm so happy that we saints won't be here. According to 1 Thessalonians 5 and 9, God says he has not appointed us to his wrath. So there you have it. If you're not saved, I urge you to get saved. And if you are saved, I urge you to get serious, because we are at the last minute before Christ comes for the church, for the rapture. And God's wrath is unleashed upon this earth. All of this stuff that we are focusing on for entertainment and giggles is just a distraction tool used by the enemy to throw our focus off, but not me. I know what time it is, and so should you know also by now if you have been hanging with me as one of my subscribers for a while. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Add me on Facebook at Truth Seeker Anderson. Take a look at a couple of my businesses and make some money with me at buildingyourwealthwithdawnb.com and at allforyourbenefit.com. Watch the presentations and message me if you have any questions. I'll help you. Okay, now I'll see you guys next week. God bless.